Almost there. Almost there. Okay. Good to rock. Bryn, I will pass it over to you to get things going. I'm gonna hang out as a panelist, and I'm just gonna turn my video off, but here if you guys need me. So excited.
Thrilled. Welcome everyone who is out there in the world, supporters of the EC, friends of the EC, supporters of friends. I'm really glad everyone is here. Zap is letting us know that things are about to happen. Okay. All right. I'm glad everyone's here. And before we get going, I want to hand it off to our Chief Executive Officer, Jane Allen. Jane, are you on? Is she out there? Let's see if Jeremy is able to bring her on. Okay. Oh, there she is.
All right, here we go. Yeah.
Welcome, Jane.
I think I was not a participant, so therefore I was.
It's very strict riggers in here right now. Very strict rigor of standard.
So yes. All right, and I will only be a participant for a tiny moment, and then I will go into the background because that's where I belong. Because today is all about our fabulous entrepreneurs and our judges, and so thank all of you for being here. During quarantine, just to give you a little history, during quarantine, we as the EC and the team have the privilege of working with entrepreneurs through every phase of the life cycle. And we're seeing the really good, fun, innovative, desperate work that they were doing, not only to help some of them survive, but also to thrive. And so one day we were sitting there and it's like, you know, we just need to shine the spotlight on our entrepreneurial community. And we just need to let the world know that there are so many entrepreneurs that are doing so much to try to do such good. And so with that, Pitch for Good was started, Pandemic Edition was first, and then with our Twende Summit going on, we decided what better time to do the Black Founders Edition. So we are so excited to have you all here, and all of you are a part of the EC community. So thank you. I know Bill has been and actually lives here with us at the EC, which we love, and we would love to have any and all of you. I'm going to brag just a moment. Bryn's going to talk about Twende and that program. It's been powerful in the first year. Other things are we have everything in the life cycle. We start with pre-flight, which is your idea. I'm not going to quit my day job, and we move into our in-flight healthcare, music, entertainment. And those are really high-touch programs where we're able to connect them with the successful entrepreneurs who have all walked in their shoes, and also the industry expertise and the service providers and a little bit of curriculum. And when I came into this position, I was blown away by the quality of our companies and the entrepreneurs and the work this organization's done. And 84% of those companies are still alive and kicking today, which is just blows industry averages. So I'm so proud of them, and I'm so proud that we are able to be here today, and we wouldn't be able without sponsors. So Dell Technologies, or Dell for Entrepreneurs, has been an amazing partner to the EC and to the entrepreneurial community, as well as EO. And so we really are thrilled to have them here, and we're thrilled to have all of you all here. So, you know, I just want to say welcome. We hope to see you here more, and we hope that you enjoy this hour, and I am going to kick it over to Brent.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Jane, so much. As Jane mentioned, Pitch for Good is an ongoing series for us. This is the second edition. We had over 50 submissions to this edition of Pitch for Good, and it was a tough process, but we got it down to 6 impressive entrepreneurs. Before we go any further, my name is Brent Plummer. I'll be your host for the next hour or so. I'm the Vice President of Inclusion and Community Relations at the Entrepreneur Center, and that means a lot of things, but as Jane mentioned, it also means that I run a program called Twende, which has been around for a little over a year, about a year and a half. It is a program that supports entrepreneurs of color, Black entrepreneurs, Latinx entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs of other racial backgrounds that are outside of the overrepresentation of entrepreneurs in the space. who want to start a business, and they've already got their businesses started, but they're trying to grow it. So we took about 12 businesses in October of 2019. And now we have those businesses up and running, growing their month-to-month revenue about 130% since the start of the cohort. They just pitched their businesses last night in a showcase, and we are actually in the middle of the Twende Summit, which is a summit open to any entrepreneur of color or any allies who want to understand and learn from entrepreneurs of color. We had Shani Dowell speak this morning, who is the CEO and founder of Posset, the first Black woman in Tennessee to raise $1 million in investment in angel money, who was also one of our entrepreneurs in residence for Twende. If you want to find out more about Twende, I will put my details into the chat. We will start recruiting the next cohort soon. So excited to be there and be part of their growth journey. So with that, let's get to a bit of housekeeping. As you all can imagine, there's a lot of moving parts today. So I want to just review some things so that everyone can have an optimal experience. So clearly this is a webinar, so you won't be able to talk, but you can participate by keeping things going in the chat. The chat is your best tool to get your ideas heard, to affirm someone, to express excitement about what you're hearing. You can ask questions, you can give shout outs. We want to see it all. This event is being recorded, so we can share it in all of its glory afterwards. And then we also want, of course, if it's being recorded, make sure you say only things that you would enjoy being recorded. I want to cover what an elevator pitch is. We are specifically, we looked for 1-minute pitches for this. So this is just a taste of a business. Of course, you can't say everything about a business in just 1 minute. But the idea is, say you got into an elevator and you saw CeCe Winans in it, and you have this life-changing idea, but you only have the amount of time from floor 1 to floor 20 to convince her to invest or to get behind your idea. You have no slides, you have no visuals, you just have your pitch. So this is crucial for an entrepreneur to master, and it's what we will be hearing today. So we're going to meet the judge. Oh, I should say a couple more things. 1 minute, 2 minutes of judge Q&A. Each judge, all of the judges will have an opportunity to ask questions and get answers, and then we'll have an audience vote at the end. We'll select a winner for each category among the judges, and then the audience will, of course, get a chance to vote. Hi, Harry. I'm seeing my friends in the chat. So I'd love that what a small and tight-knit community we are, because it's all friends in here. Okay, let's get into some of our judges. Here we go. Marcus Devane from Dell. Marcus, are you on?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Marcus.
How are you?
I'm doing great. It's great to see you. As Jane mentioned, we are thrilled to be partnering with Dell for Entrepreneurs in this time. And I wonder if you could just tell us a little bit about you, just 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, definitely. So my name is Marcus Devane. I am the Dell for Entrepreneur Program Manager here at Dell Technologies. So pretty much my role consists of helping startups and entrepreneurs in any stage scale their business, and help their business run smarter through technology. You guys are focused on your customers and your product, and I'm here to help you on the back end. Like, how can I scale faster? How can I reach more people? How can I work more efficiently remotely, since we're in this time right now? How can we connect better? How can we collab better? So I have all those answers. And so I love my job. I get to go to events like this. Pre-COVID, I would go to startup events, SaaStr in California. I would be going to see you guys at EC. I think twice a month I would be there. So looking forward to this Pitch for Good, and looking forward to see some great pitches.
I'm really glad you're here. I mean, I don't think technology infrastructure has ever mattered more, so we need people like you out in the world. Thank you, Marcus, for being here. Bill Mccleskey, of course, Bill Mccleskey, the mayor of Nashville. Bill, are you on?
I'm here. I'm not the mayor, I'm the governor. My first two names are actually Bill Lee, so, you know, I got text messages when Bill Lee won. Anyway, Bill Mccleskey, born and raised here in Nashville, went to Hume Fogg High School and Fisk University here in Nashville, and am the owner and CEO of My Tech Partners, which is a telecommunications company. And I'm just excited to see some great pitches too. You know, Jane said I live at the EC. I actually spent the night last night. No, I'm joking. But
honestly, I wouldn't put it past you though.
I think the best way to predict your future is to create it, and I think we can do that through entrepreneurship in some realms. So I'm excited to see the ideas that we have to present here today.
I'm glad you're here. And Bill is here both as someone who is a phenomenal entrepreneur and Black founder who happens to be here in Nashville, but also on behalf of Entrepreneurs Organization. As he mentioned, Entrepreneurs Organization is an organization of, it's a global organization really of entrepreneurs who've raised over or generated over $1 million in revenue for their businesses. Nashville happens to be the largest US chapter and the third largest in the world. A little known fact about EO Nashville. Okay, then we've got Brent Locket. This is my first time meeting Brent. Brett is a retired NFL player, life coach, investor, entrepreneur. Are you out there?
I am, Brent. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's great to see you. It's great to meet you. You want to tell us a little bit about you?
Sure. Yeah. It's you kind of gave the short snippet.
I did steal the thunder.
And I actually have a deep love for Nashville. Actually, when I left UCLA to go play or train for the NFL, I went down to Franklin, Tennessee, and trained at a D1 facility. So lived there for about 3 months and fell in love with Nashville. So I'm excited to be here, but serial entrepreneur by heart, run 2 companies right now, Into Jets, which is a private jet charter company, and then Newport Ventures, which is a consulting and boutique advisory firm. And we work with a lot of guys who are like the ones who are going to pitch today, helping them figure out the difficulties of raising capital and figuring out how to get their business to the next level. So I'm very excited to be here and can't wait to hear these pitches today.
I love this. Yeah. And it's interesting, the private aviation space. We have had a couple startups in that space recently, as obviously the whole world of travel was disrupted and what have you. So glad you're here, Brett, for numerous reasons, and come back to Nashville, you know, when we can all travel again safely. Yeah. When we can travel safely, come back. All right, Jewel Burke-Solomon, who is here on behalf of Google for Startups, but actually has Nashville ties as well. Jewel, can you chime in for us?
Yes, hi everyone. Super excited to be here. I am originally from Nashville. Haven't been able to be home recently because of COVID, so this is a nice substitute to going home. Also graduated from Hume Fogg High School, so again, super excited to be here with you guys today. I am head of Google for Startups, as well as managing partner at Collab Capital. So everything I do is about getting more resources to underrepresented startup founders. And so again, super excited to be here judging today.
Glad you were here, Jewel. I've been such a fangirl of yours for and part pick. I really love that. I'm happy to see you. And I know you were here in Nashville, I believe in November of 2019 for some speaking engagements, or maybe it's 2018 and I missed it. So I'm so glad to get this opportunity to learn from you. And then last, but certainly not least, I don't think you can be Black in America and not know who the Winans family is. I don't think it's legal. I don't think it's allowed or permissible. So I am thrilled, and I think I've made my parents' whole lives by being able to introduce Miss CeCe Winans. CeCe, welcome. Happy to have you.
Thank you. I am happy to be here. I'm CeCe Winans, and I am a gospel artist. Last 8 years, I've co-pastored a church called Nashville Life, and I'm excited about being here. I've owned my own record company. I get excited about entrepreneurs, young people taking risks. It takes a lot of courage, you know, so I just applaud them, and I'm honored to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you. So give it up in the chat for our judges. I can't believe we have these judges. And I think there's just such interesting areas of interconnectedness from their backgrounds, and also a lot of unique expertise too. So these aren't just celebrities. These aren't just people we admire and look up to. These are people with true, deep expertise in their areas. So really thrilled to have you all here. Without further ado, it is time to begin our pitches. So again, just to reiterate, can you go back to the last slide just for a second for me, Jeremy? Jeremy is running all of the slides. So shout out to Jeremy Rayleigh, who got us started this morning or this afternoon on the call. So again, each entrepreneur has 1 minute to pitch. We have 2 minutes of judge Q&A and then audience vote at the end. I'm going to keep a close eye on that 2 minutes because it goes by so fast and we have a lot of judges. So not every judge will speak after every presentation, but we will try to get a lot of different voices in there. All right, let's get to it. So please advance. Thank you, Jeremy. So first, we're going to begin with the stage. These are companies with revenue of between $0 and $25,000 annually. These are companies that are sort of just getting off the ground. They have amazing ideas. They're trying to grow their traction, really prove their concept works and that people will buy what they're selling. So these are companies that are interested to find out where they're going, and they have really big dreams and ideas about how we do life. Let's meet our first founder, Dominique Townsend. Please advance, Jeremy. Wonderful. So Dominique Townsend is the founder, Chief Executive Officer of We Optimize Work. Dominique, are you there?
I'm here. Are you able to hear and see me?
Yes, you look fabulous. You sound fabulous.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It's exciting. So we are going to have you begin. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Dominique, take it away.
Okay. Another day, working from home with the kids. I want to speak up, but fear being seen as incapable. 80% of working moms in America find it challenging to meet work needs and manage schooling for their children, all while working from home. This means that businesses will experience a $13,000 loss in productivity per every working mom that does not receive needed resources to succeed. As a mom of 4 with over a decade of industry experience, I understand the challenge faced by working moms and by businesses. This impact and challenge due to COVID inspired me to pivot. Wow Work-Life Success is a platform for corporations to provide business performance solutions for their moms and dads to be more engaged, more present, and more productive. We are partnering with corporations like IBM for our first pilot launch in August. Working moms are critical to the talent pipeline and are now compromising their professional goals and quality of life due to lack of solutions. I am excited to collaborate with leaders to bridge this gap by providing this platform to help both parties to thrive. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Dominique in the chat. We have a tradition when we do pitches live in person at the EC where we make every single entrepreneur, whether they kill it, whether they bomb, and in this case they killed it, we make sure that they feel the love and feel seen. So if we were in person, we would be giving a huge standing O to Dominique right now. So make sure we have that experience in the chat. Dominique, We Optimize Work, a parent and family, working mothers, working parents engagement platform for companies and corporations. Let's get to our judges' questions. Judges, what questions do you have for Dominique?
I'm happy to start off. This is Brett. Dominique, wonderful presentation. The kids startled me in the beginning. I didn't know what was happening. But I loved it. My question is, can you tell me more about your business model? How do you guys plan on making money?
Yeah, so the business model is set up where there is a flat fee. It's a $3,500 initiation fee, which includes self-paced online training. It covers live group, like leader to employee, peer sessions where we can identify work strategy solutions with leaders and help the working moms like align strategies that align with their demand, and productivity kits that are mailed to the directly to the working mothers. So the initiation fee of $3,500 covers up to 15 working parents, and then over that number, there's a per user rate after that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have time for one more question.
Can I ask Dominique? Awesome. But what is it that you do exactly? Do you just work on the business part, or do you help the moms with the kids, or just give them a plan on how to do them both?
Yeah, so what we look at the results that companies are looking for, the outcomes that they're seeking to reach for the week. And then we look at the challenges and the demand of the working moms, that what they're experiencing, what are their available hours, and how do we identify strategies and solutions that allow them to hit those results without feeling overwhelmed or without being more efficient in how they reach their goals for the week. So it's more in how they manage their business needs and how they engage in meeting work needs for their business, but also giving them a more efficient way to go about reaching results. So that's continuous improvement, work performance solutions, and work strategies.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, judges. Thank you, Cece. Thank you, Brett, for your questions. Thank you, Dominique. Dominique, we applaud you. We celebrate you. Thank you so much for sharing We Optimize Work with us. Next up, we have Gable Eaton. Gable, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Gable, and you're in Chattanooga, is that right?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
It's great to have you here. Great to have that part of the state represented. All right, Gable, you have a minute as well. Are you ready? You feel good to go?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. The floor is yours.
Hey, don't touch that elevator button. My name is Gable Eaton, and I'm the founder of Tech Touch, creator of UTouch, wearable tech. On average, we come in contact with public touchscreens 3 times a day. Public touchscreens are ideal hosts and transmitters of infectious disease. In one test, McDonald's touchscreens all tested 100% positive for blood and fecal matter. COVID-19 is now a part of the world landscape. UTouch is a viable option now and post-COVID-19 for protection and contact tracing. This tech market has a size of $6.4 billion. Our team consists of mentors, engineers, and marketing guidance with 25 years plus experience. Our goal is to offer safe interaction with public touchscreens for everyone's health and safety. We're currently making sales through our IG and Facebook ads directed to our website. UTouch wearable tech with this personal carrying case that attaches to your keychain is ready to protect users from germs on public touchscreens. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gable. Tech Touch, a wearable device to keep you safe from touching public surfaces. Highly timely. All right, judges, what questions do you have for Gable?
I have a quick question. Great pitch. I'm curious about the IP protection that you have around this idea. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes, I have what's called a design patent on UTouch. I received that patent in 2016, and it's very specific to this unit here.
Great pitch, Gabe. I'm sorry. Can you talk to me about the pricing?
Yes, our pricing right now gives us a 75% margin. We also have pricing for single sales, package sales, and bulk sales for the branders that are branding online for different functions. Once we go back to normal, that's what we're looking for. We also have pricing for the bigger box stores also.
We have about a minute and 10 seconds left, so we can have some more questions.
Hey, Gable, I got a quick question. So can you show me the device that you have on your finger again?
Yes, I can.
So that right there, when you clean, do you have to clean it, or what's the process of, like, how long does it last?
Okay, so this device is washable. It is washable, and it will survive a dryer. Now, this is the case that the unit comes in right here, okay? So when the user normally puts this on, they'll turn it around, they'll put it on, okay? And then when you go to take it off, there's a lip right there. You don't have to come in direct contact with the device at all. But again, it is washable. Okay.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Now, if I lose my socks, I know I'm probably gonna lose that too.
Okay, that's why it comes with this keychain here, so it attaches right there to your keychain, so you won't lose it. The device fits directly right inside the keychain there.
Nice.
And it works with all public touchscreens.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, that is our time. Give it up for Gable in the chat. Please give it up for Gable in the chat. What a compelling idea. I love how applicable both of these ideas are in the world more broadly, but certainly in the post-COVID world where, gosh, everything is destabilized and no one wants to touch a thing. Love these ideas. And shout out, thank you for representing Hamilton County. We love it. We love to see it. All right, next up, we have a team that is a also EC team. I should mention that Dominique Townsend is in Twende, the Twende program cohort. And then this next team has just graduated from our pre-flight program, which is our 14-week Get Your Idea Off the Ground class. And we got to know them really well through that process and had a really great time getting to know them. So we actually have 3 people presenting from this team. We have Dr. Teresa Vasquez, who is leading the team, and then Trinity and Rimmel Terry, who are also working with Dr. Vasquez on this idea of autism possible. Take it away, team.
I am Rimmel Terry, co-founder of Autism Possible, and I am autistic. Over the next decade, an estimated 1.2 million autistic teens will enter adulthood and age out of school-based autism services just like I did. And more than half of us will remain unemployed and unenrolled in post-secondary education in the 2 years after high school.
Autism Possible is a team of experts. I'm Dr. Teresa Vasquez, CEO.
And I'm Trinity Christiana, lead software engineer.
And we empower the autism community by providing educational services and technological innovations based on over 10 years of research that help autistic people gain independence and help decrease family stress.
We are ready to take the next step to participate in Project Healthcare, which is what we will use the funding for when we are selected.
With the tools and services we provide, autistic people like me and their families like mine can focus on the things that can help make their lives better. Because with our team in their corner, a better life with autism, possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Autism Possible. Can I also just say the rehearsal and execution levels? Wow, unbelievably strong coordination between the three of you. Judges, are you ready to ask your questions? I can put 2 minutes on the clock.
I just want to say great presentation. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We live together, so you know we can work.
Can you guys give us a little bit more clarity on what the deliverables are? Is it a curriculum? Is it a platform? What is it that you're offering?
Yeah, so actually we create resources, which is like advocacy services for families, educational information, but we also create applications that help autistic individuals with life skills, but allow them the ability to be independent while also giving their families and professionals and educators the ability to create their programs for them so that an individual could not be nagged. A lot, Ramel tells us a lot that we nag him. So this gives him the independence that he needs while we can still manage his goals and making sure that he's accomplishing the things that we have set for him.
Gotcha.
I have a quick question. I'm sorry, Jewel. Did you want to go ahead and go?
Go ahead.
Okay. What platform are y'all using to build your application?
Trinity, would you like to talk about that?
Currently, our app is a web application, so you can use it on web.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Which one are you using? Where did you use to build it? Did you use Wix, GoDaddy?
Oh no, we're software engineers.
Software. Okay, you just built it yourself. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so it's built on Python and React currently. So that's our code stack, and we're deploying on Heroku and Netlify.
Okay.
What's your go-to-market strategy? How do you guys plan on scaling this at a very high level?
That is part of why we want to attend Project Healthcare, so that we can get the information that we need in order to kind of make that plan. I've been doing this work and research for a little over 10 years now, and so how I've actually been being able to meet the demands is through speaking at conferences, making sure to get into classrooms. My husband's a teacher as well, at MMPS for over 20 years. And so we've been making sure to collect information and data, but actually getting the application out is our next step. And the innovative tools that we create is the next step. And so Project Healthcare hopefully can help us get footing with that.
Wonderful.
All right. Go ahead. Don't want to cut you off, Brett.
No, I'm done. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. I can't believe, first of all, that all three of those happened already. There's something about the minute pitch. Like you got to get it out there. I'm so impressed by these pitches. I've seen people in the chat saying the same, but I'm very impressed by just the cogency of these pitches, how you all have thought about problem and solution. And before we move on to the next round, let's just give a big clap to all the pitching teams in the launch phase, because wow, it is not easy to get your idea clear in that early stage where you could go after anything. We Optimize Work, Tech Touch, Autism Possible, Dominique, Gable, Trinity, Ramel, and Dr. Vasquez. We are really proud of each of you and proud to get to be in the same cities and communities as you all. All right, we are going to move on to the next stage. In just a second, I'll let you digest everything that was in the launch category for a moment. Okay, we're digested. I also just want to add before we do that, you heard Dr. Vasquez talk about Project Healthcare. If you don't know what that is, we at the Nashville Entrepreneur Center run a ton of programs for entrepreneurs. We try to meet you wherever you are in the entrepreneurial journey. If you don't know where to start, come to us. We'll diagnose, we'll help you get to the right thing, even if we don't offer it. But one of the programs that we offer that we're incredibly proud of is Project Healthcare. As you all know, healthcare is a $50 billion industry here in Nashville, and we help teams. We want to become the #1, if not already, the #1 healthcare accelerator in the country, health tech accelerator in the country. We find promising healthcare teams in medical devices, software as a service, companies that are really thinking about the next wave and innovations in healthcare. We help them get the traction, understand where they need to go to build their company. So if you are in that space where you are starting a healthcare company and don't know where to start, we're happy to work with you. And teams like Autism Possible are exactly the model of teams we want to be working with if you're trying to understand if you're a good fit. So we'd be happy to talk to you about that. All right. Let's get to this next phase, the up and running stage. These are companies with revenue of 25,000 and above. Some of these companies have been around for a few years. Some of these companies are just getting off the ground, but are already experiencing some pretty significant traction and revenue growth. With that, Jeremy, let's advance to the next slide. All right, up first, we have Felicia Jackson. She was also in Chattanooga, and she is the founder and CEO of CPR Rep. Felicia, the floor is yours. Is Felicia there? Am I frozen?
No, hey Felicia. I just requested to show her screen or show her screen and audio. Just 1 second.
Perfect. Don't you just love the world of technology and the place that we're in? Let's get Felicia in here. Normally this is where we play a little, if we were in live space, we'd play a little music, maybe do a little slapstick, Jeremy and myself for you. But as we are in disparate places, that's not possible. So thanks for hanging in there. Just continue digesting these ideas.
Hey, Brent,
yes?
let's go ahead and jump to Jerome. And Jerome, sorry to kind of move you up really quickly, but we'll have him go next. And then we'll get Felicia on the tail end.
I have a hunch Jerome stays ready, so he doesn't have to get ready. I have a hunch that's the man he is. All right, Jerome, you out there? Jerome?
Hey, and you're absolutely right. I'm always here ready, so I'm get ready.
Yeah, thank you so much for being able to go and being ready to hop on. We appreciate it. All right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds great. Take it away.
Cool. So, unemployment rate is skyrocketing among veterans due to a lack of pandemic-proof skills that are needed to work in our current digital revolution. Bet2Code is here to help our nation's heroes as a service to retool, retrain, and relaunch them into careers as JavaScript engineers. Bet2Code is a veteran-found, led, and operated organization that remotely trains veterans in software engineering and helps them get jobs regardless where they're located. To date, we've helped over 250 veterans, 37 states, totaling in $17.6 million in salaries. Our success has led up to such honors as being invited to the White House to meet Barack Obama, being featured in Huffington Post, and being interviewed as tech experts by Wired Magazine. Because of our expertise in remote education, we have recently signed contracts with the top 4 tech industry education platforms to offer what we teach and how we teach it to people all over the world. Open for questions.
All right, judges, take it away.
Great job, Jerome. A quick question. What is it about what you're teaching, the content? Is it different content, different execution as far as how you deliver it that's specific to veterans? Just curious about that.
Yes, we are utilizing pattern matching because, like me, I'm a veteran. I come from security forces, working M4, M9 every day, turn around to turn that into a MacBook Pro. And we use the exact same principles that they learned while in the military and incorporate on the job training and like immediately into our program. We have a philosophy here of code, move and communicate, as well as train how you work.
Jerome, can you talk to me a little bit about partnerships that you may have or government funding, things of that nature?
Roger that. Currently, our partnerships are with Front End Masters, Smashing Magazine, Pluralsight, and Ed.io. They've all contracted us out to help them with their content and moving towards a remote first education. in a better system than they have right now. We've gotten some government funding, but most of our stuff has been through contracts and donations.
And just to be clear, you're a for-profit company, not a nonprofit, correct?
Negative. We are a 501c3 nonprofit that's been around since 2014.
Okay. Love what you're doing. Big heart for veterans, and thank you for serving.
All right, thank you.
We have about 30 seconds left, which is probably enough time for one more question.
I don't think you asked a question.
Oh, go ahead. Bill, you got it?
Yeah. Hey, Jerome, talk to me about your logo.
Oh, the hash flag? Well, it came up as an idea to not end up breaking any rules. As you guys know, it is illegal to have the United States flag on clothing. People break it, but because we're veterans, that we would turn it as just a sacrilege for us. So we decided to create this hash flag because, you know, we're patriotic, but we also, you know, we're in tech. So.
Yep.
I love that word hash flag. I am such a big fan of all these neologisms, a portmanteau, all these words for getting saucy with language. Love what you're doing, Jerome. So great to meet you. And what a huge opportunity in this world where the workforce is shifting. Hash flag, and really great to see you, Jerome. All right. Coming up next, we are glad to have you. Coming up next, she's back. She's better than ever. Felicia Jackson of CPR Rep. Felicia, are you out there? We shall see. Jeremy, do you know the status?
She logged out and logged back in and is here.
I'm here.
Oh, Felicia.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. Oh,
I'm so
related.
not a tech person.
You're more than a tech person. You're so much more to us than just a person who can be in a Zoom. All right. CPR Rep, you ready for your minute?
I'm ready.
All right, take it away, friend.
All right. More than 350,000 out-of-hospital cardiac arrests occur in the United States every year, with 240,000 of those happening in the home. The person most likely to respond to that emergency will be you. This became relevant to me when my 2-year-old baby almost died after I forgot my CPR training and froze with fear when he needed me to help him. Thankfully, my husband was there and he was able to save our son's life. I did not want another person to experience what happened to me, so I invented CPR Wrap. CPR Wrap is a disposable CPR template that protects and guides any non-medical responder during respiratory and cardiac emergencies. CPR Wrap has an attached one-way valve mouth barrier for rescue breathing, visual hand placements for proper compressions, and simple instructions that can be translated into any language for more global usage. They come in adult, child, and infant sizes with a price point of $9.99. With CPR Wrap, I want to empower people to step up and do the most basic, unselfish thing a human can do: save a life. Thank you.
Thank you, Felicia. And like she mentioned, Felicia is also in Chattanooga. So we are across state today, which is exciting. Judges, 2 minutes to ask questions about CPR Wrap.
Felicia, great job, great pitch, and really love that you created this solution from your own problem. It's very inspiring. I'm curious about distribution for this. How are you getting it out to people? How are you finding customers? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I always say where people are, there should be a CPR Wrap. So it was a no-brainer. So we have partnered with hospitals, school systems, hotels, and we're even talking to airlines. But I always thought this is a standalone product, but it's even better when it's paired with something. So we have partnered with some nonprofits to work with baby banks to give out to new mothers once they discharge from the hospital. We partnered with hospitals and their cardiac care and respiratory care before they are discharged home, just in case an emergency happens and a family member needs to provide CPR.
We have about a minute left for questions.
Felicia, great presentation. Back again to your story, that's incredible. I love that you took this problem and created a solution. Can you talk to me about how you're your current revenue in terms of how long you've been in business, and then what does that look like over the next 2 years?
Right. So we've been in business for 3.5, almost 4 years. And during that time, last year, I went through Techstars and I had to stop and pivot because we had so many channels of distribution. I tried to go through all of them. And so I was tasked to find one. And when I did, I was able to hone in on the best low-hanging fruit. Our revenue doubled. And since the BLM movement, people are becoming more intentional. And so they're looking to work with the little man or little woman, so to speak. And so I'm getting more, my revenue was increased to 500% in one day. So it's looking very well. And with the right partnership and investment, there's no telling where this company will go.
I love that. Well, you're a big woman in creating an even bigger impact, so thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Felicia, thank you so much. And we've got just one. I can't believe how quickly we move through these. It's unbelievable. We have one pitch left, if you can believe it. We have 5 pitches down, 1 pitch left. This is someone who is just, if you live in Nashville, Bill's the governor, Josh is the mayor. Here we go. Josh Mundy is here, and he is here to tell us about Pivot Technology School. Josh, you out there? Mr. Mundy.
Use just a brief lag time on switching over. This
Perfect.
is Jeremy, not the
Thank
voice
you, Jeremy.
above.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, you sound great.
Yes, awesome. Is it time for me to pitch yet, or you want to talk to me a little bit, or?
I'm trying to keep it equal, so very little talk.
Okay, awesome. Well,
although I have many things to talk to you about, but
all right.
Ready for your pitch?
All right, awesome. Well, hello, my name is Joshua Mundy, and I am the co-founder of Pivot Technology School. Pivot Tech is a 20-week accelerator teaching data analytics, web development, and cybersecurity. It is our vision to get more minorities trained and engaged in tech careers. We hear a lot about diversity and inclusion when it pertains to tech, but there has not been a true roadmap to achieving it. Pivot Tech is committed to creating a pipeline of diverse talent. The world is shifting quickly to tech and automation, and less than 3% of minorities have the skills to thrive. We are on a mission to close the wealth gap by giving people skills, because skills pay the bills. Thank you for your time. Let's change the world.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Mr. Mundy. I was literally just looking at charts yesterday from the Bloomberg Institute about where we're going to see a lot of jobs disappear. And this is one of the areas where we're going to see jobs starting to reappear. With vast, I think the median salary in the Nashville MSA for someone in software is about $80,000, which is above the living wage, which you need to make here in Nashville, which is exciting. All right, enough of my commentary. We've got real judges in here. Judges, you get 2 minutes to ask Mr. Mundy questions.
I have a quick question. Where do you get your curriculum from? Like, how do you get all the content?
So our curriculum is built by industry leaders. So our instructors, we've poached instructors from all of the top tech companies in the city, and they currently build our curriculum. So they're getting real world curriculum and solving real world problems. So it's not a curriculum that we bought off the internet and then, utilizing it. It's something that we've built custom.
Is there an age, or can anybody sign up for this?
So Pivot is for adult learners, but we are launching a program in a charter school called Republic High School to create the Pivot Tech pipeline. So we're going to be taking them from the charter school to Pivot, and then Pivot to a career. A lot of times college is not for everyone, and a lot of people are shifting to more skills than just a college degree. So we wanted to kind of create that pipeline, and we're doing that through the high school, but Pivot is directly for adult learners.
Hey, Josh, can you talk a little bit about the scalability piece in terms of the business model? You guys meeting in person, or is it virtual, or is it a hybrid?
Well, COVID-19 has probably been the best thing for Pivot, is because we had an actual location that was actually destroyed by the tornado. And we wasn't really going to go virtual until 2021, but we had to literally pivot and build a virtual online campus. Now we can reach people all across the country. So it's really scaled us to a whole nother level. And now people are reaching out to us from South Africa to Atlanta to wherever, because they can pivot all across the country.
Josh, great pitch. Love everything you're doing. This is a crowded marketplace, especially right now during COVID. Universities are, not bringing in the revenue that they thought they were going to be bringing in this fall. How do you compete in terms of tuition?
We compete because our tuition is only $6,500. So the average boot camp is $14,000 to $16,000, and we wanted to eliminate the barrier of entry. So the barrier of entry, mostly minorities, is cost. So a lot of people don't get into the field because it costs so much to get in it. So we eliminated the cost, which we dropped it half, which is $6,500, and then we get corporate partners to kind of offset tuition. So we have partners across the country that have paid on behalf of someone's tuition just to kind of offset it. We do require you bring some skin to the game because this is not an easy field, but if you can bring a little bit, we'll take care of the rest.
That's great. Thank you.
All right, everyone, that concludes our up and running stage companies. And that actually concludes all 6 of our pitches for today. So please, huge round of applause for CPR Rap, Felicia Jackson, Vetsuco, Jerome Hardaway, Pivot Technology School, co-founded by Joshua Mundy. Please give it up for each and every one of them. As you can see, we are thinking about the real world that we're living in, and also preparing a better world, a world where no one dies from needing CPR, a world where everyone has the opportunity to grow their family's income and family wealth. What an amazing world that we could live in, a world in which everyone could transition safely from military service to the next thing, knowing that they have an amazing career that acknowledges all of their assets from their military service. Fantastic pitches, everyone. Thank you to the 6 pitching companies. Thank you to our 5 judges. At this time, I'm going to ask our judges to tally their scores and submit their scores. While that is happening, this is an amazing opportunity for us to talk a little bit. And also, you should be getting an audience vote. I hope that popped up to your phone. You should be getting a little audience vote here. So you can go ahead and log your answer to your audience vote in the poll. We have 2 sponsors that we want to talk a little bit about right now. So I know over the past few months, and I said this just this morning with Twende Summit, people are thinking about how they're buying, how they're spending their money, and really thinking about the political implications of their money. Like, am I buying and supporting companies that really, and organizations that believe what I believe in? And I'm excited to share about 2 of the companies that are part of this and part of me bringing this to life. EO Nashville, as we mentioned before, and Dell Technologies. And I want you to know that they are companies that support diversity and inclusion in meaningful ways. They support entrepreneurs in meaningful ways. We want to start by telling you a little bit about Dell. So we have a video from Dell so that you can see some of the new offerings that they have. But also so you can understand, why would this company support something like this? Because they know, I have a poster back here behind me that says America is Black. They know that Black people are at the intersection of technology and innovation. So with that, Jeremy, roll that video. Thank you, Dell. Also, as someone who is sitting here with my MacBook Air that is unable to process literally anything beyond 2 message windows, I really want that laptop. Okay, and we've got one more video for you from Entrepreneurs Organization. They want to talk to you about a program called Catalyst. Entrepreneurs Organization, as I mentioned, is for entrepreneurs who've hit $1 million or more in revenue across the world. But they have a program called Catalyst. This is for entrepreneurs whose businesses have hit that $250,000 revenue mark, and they're trying to build that roadmap to go from 250 to $1 million. It is a vital resource for entrepreneurs because when you get that much money, it's hard to know exactly what to do. So you build a community through EO Catalyst, and it helps you grow. With that, let's see the video, Jeremy.
When I got to Catalyst, I was really interested in learning how to scale my business, really how to blow up, how to build a team, how to attract a great team. And those are When I got to Catalyst, I was really interested in learning how to scale my business, really how to blow up, how to build a team, how to attract a great team. And those are the key things that I really learned in Catalyst. So after being in Catalyst and going through the classes and form, about a year and a half later, I was able to qualify to join the EO. And the EO has been an awesome experience as well. It's just more relationships, more nurturing of those relationships, and more implementation of business principles that help us grow.
Get ready to jump into Catalyst this year. Check out the schedule at www.eocatalyst.com.
Catalyst is currently taking applications for their next cohort. I can't say enough good things about this program. Entrepreneurs Organization and Nashville Entrepreneur Center go way back. It is a phenomenal program that makes it you feel supported, you feel seen, you feel valued for your business contributions. And you can also just bring things to the table like, gosh, I am actively working 80 hours a week and I have 2 kids and I have a spouse and I have a dog that needs to be walked 3 times a day. You can bring all those things to the table. For us as entrepreneurs, there's no disaggregating the personal and professional. So really can't speak enough about them. Highly, highly value that organization. All righty. Jeremy, where are we at? Are we ready?
So we still have, I think, 20 individuals that we're waiting on for the audience poll. And Marcus, if you haven't already submitted your judges through the Google form, please do that. And then Bryn,
yeah, I've already sent it.
Okay, got it, cool. So we're telling that on the back end and doing a little graphic work. So Bryn, just if you can do some brief Q&A, we'll be back in just 2 minutes with the winners.
I love Q&A. Does anyone on the judges panel have anything urgent, anything on their heart, anything they want to talk about, any questions or commentary on what you saw today?
I just need to know where to find the CPR rat. I thought that was incredible.
Yes.
But I was impressed by all of them. I mean, I think they came, they were ready. I think they are ready to solve a lot of problems, so I think we saw a lot of solutions today.
Yes, I completely agree. And solutions that feel really applicable too. Felicia, if you haven't, please put in the chat where people can buy CPR app. I know that you have got CPRrap.com. I like how you said that, Bill. It felt like an infomercial. And then I know that you're also getting some national brands. National retailers interested in CPR app are already listed in some national retailers as well, which you can find out at, I'm going to be Bill, CPRrap.com. I feel like saying it as fast as possible makes it more legitimate for some reason. Bill, you were featured in that EO Catalyst video. Can you tell us a little bit about how your business has changed since you did Catalyst a couple of years ago?
Yeah, definitely. So like you said, the qualification is $250 annually. So when I joined, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just a hustler, and a sales guy. I had a sales background. But EO Catalyst really helped me build a team, become the right person so that I could build systems, build procedures within my business, and just build a sustainable enterprise. So that was really key. And like I said in the video, we were able to join EO, qualify to join EO, and really make a bigger impact. So if you're thinking about it, make it happen.
Yes, it's so, there's nothing more important than community and structure when you're at that place in your business, 100%. Jewel, I'm going to pop over to you for a second because I know that Google for Startups has just announced some really neat initiatives specific to Black founders. I wonder if you would be able to tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that's coming down the pike at Google for Startups.
Sure. So first, I just want to say the companies were phenomenal. It is amazing to see Tennessee-based companies doing so well. So thank you again, Brent, for curating and for the invitation. So to answer your question, Google for Startups has recently announced some really exciting things specifically for Black founders. We are launching a Google for Startups Black Founders Accelerator. So we opened up applications about a month ago the class has been selected. Announcement will be coming out next week about which startups are participating. So we're super excited about that. 12 startups from across the country will be in that program. We also recently announced a $5 million fund specifically for Black founders within our Google for Startups network. So we'll be releasing applications for that as well. And then as part of a larger $175 million commitment that Google has made to Black founders across the country. So lots of great things coming out, and I'm really proud to be working on that. I also saw someone in the chat ask about Collab Capital. I wear 2 hats, so lead Google for Startups, and then also lead a fund called Collab Capital, which is investing exclusively in Black founders. So there's definitely some of the companies that pitched today that I will be following up with because I thought they were phenomenal. So excited to also lead that effort as well.
I've learned so much from being part of Google for Startups, and I was not surprised at all to see something like this come down the pipeline, because it has just been such an area of focus for Google for Startups, and it means a lot to have a name like Google pay attention, and not just in words, but in deeds and in money and in time and in energy, to pay attention to this critically underseen entrepreneurial pocket. So it is exciting. And if you don't know enough about it yet, you're like, oh my gosh, this is really piquing my interest, please let us know. We are one of the 70 or so Google for Startups hubs around the US. Jewel just popped in the link, startup.google.com. We are happy to help you coordinate anything you would want to know about Google for Startups. And it looks like
ready when you are, Brent.
Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Jewel. Thank you, Google for Startups. Thank you, our judges. We've got them in. Jeremy, he's screen sharing. Okay, Jeremy. Great choice.
You don't actually know these, do you?
No.
Okay, we'll announce it together. We'll find out as the world. So up first for the launch stage, our winner of $2,000 is Autism Possible. Yay!
Congratulations, team. Congratulations.
And we're gonna loop you guys in. The founders at the end. But congratulations, the winner of the next grant for the up and running category is none other than CPR Rap and Felicia Jackson.
Congratulations.
And then,
2 awesome companies.
And then finally, for the audience favorite, you guys showed up and made it happen. Thank you for being here with us. And you chose Pivot Technology School for an EC program scholarship. Great job, everyone. Once again, all the founders, please stay on for just a second because we're gonna pull in for a picture. But Brent also has a really exciting update after this.
Yes. Jeremy, as much as I love the stylings of Diddy and Mates and Biggie, would you mind pausing the music?
Done.
Truly an iconic song. And it's, I think it's 24 or 5 years old. So if you need to feel aged, just remember that.
I think it's the proper entrepreneur song that as you scale, there's still going to be problems.
More scale, more problems. We have an exciting announcement that is a late-breaking announcement as of our board meeting this morning. So much excitement around the companies that were here and being featured in Pitch for Good, and the tremendous talent we have in Nashville and in Tennessee for Black and Latinx founders and founders, more broadly, founders of color, that our board chair, Beth Chase, is gifting each of the 6 entrepreneurs today with a scholarship to go through an EC program. Project Healthcare, Project Music, in-flight, pre-flight, whether you're in phase 1 or phase 2, and no matter what industry you're in, you'll be able to apply to and have the support of the EC 1 year, which of course would include space to work and everything that you need to grow, access to our resources, curriculum, our 300 volunteer advisors and subject matter experts. And as Bill mentioned, you need this community and you need this support. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We're dedicated to connecting entrepreneurs with critical resources. So we cannot thank her enough for that. And it wasn't us asking her. She just saw the amazing companies and wanted to do that. So thank you, Beth. Thank you for your generosity and really your investment in these amazing budding owners. Or for some folks on here, serial entrepreneurs. All right, that's it. Judges, I'm sorry, let's see, teams and judges, if you could stay on for a bit. We're going
to get a quick picture, a quick screenshot together that one of our teammates, Riley, will be taking. And then once, Dominique, are you on? Is now? Beautiful. Awesome. So we're going to get a quick screenshot just to capture this moment. So on the count of 3, everyone smile or do something that they want to be remembered by and hold it for about 3 seconds and we'll capture it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. And we're good. Beautiful. Congratulations, everyone. So exciting.
Congratulations, everyone. Wow, I'm so inspired by these 6 pitches. I cannot believe the amazing ideas that are coming out of the EC and out of Tennessee. I said EC, Tennessee. Of course, you saw we had statewide recognition today from the 50 or so entrepreneurs who pitched. There were even more put their ideas up there. There were even more amazing ideas. So if you know someone who submitted, please ask them about their idea. We are happy to share more about who submitted too, because these ideas are part of our state and part of our world. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you to our sponsors.
One more time, sorry, Riley had a tech issue that she couldn't get it, so we'll do one more picture and then we're off to the races. Okay? 1, 2, 3. And good. I think, Riley, are you good?
Come on, Parker. Come on.
Come on, Riley. Got it. Yay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, judges. Thank you for your expertise. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy and your support of our entrepreneurs. Thank you, entrepreneurs. Thank you, anyone who has bought anything from a local business or an entrepreneur or patronized them in some way. You are keeping Nashville and Tennessee alive right now. Thank you all. Everyone have a great afternoon and a safe weekend. We'll see you soon at the Nashville Entrepreneur Center. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Much love. We'll be following up with all of you.
Hey, Jeremy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, can we speak to a couple of the judges?
It looks like Bill's the only one left currently, but we can connect offline and figure out the best way to connect everyone.
Hey, okay. And Jeremy, send me a copy of that check. Or can you put it back on the screen so I can take a picture of it?
Yeah, I'll send you a high-res copy of it.
Okay, for sure. Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all putting this together.
You guys are
of course.
And everybody did a good job. Everybody did a great job. Gabe, you did a good job. Dominic, you killed it. Your kids killed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Appreciate everyone. I can't believe these ideas. There's just all these ideas have to take shape. Like we need all these ideas to happen. Unbelievable.
Thank y'all.
Thank you guys so much.
Great job, Autism
Thank
Possible.
you, everyone.
Congratulations. Y'all crushed it.
You did. I hope this
I love them kids though. I was like, man, I should have got some kids to jump up behind us.
The baby, I was like, he was going to destroy it because he wanted to tear stuff down. I was like, okay, we're going to put him way in the house.
That's the life of a mama, though.
Oh my God.
It really is. It really is.
Real life, you know?
Beautiful.
All right, everyone.
All right,
I have to bounce
well,
on this.
we'll,
I hope for anyone who didn't
we'll be
win,
following
I hope you
up.
don't feel too stung because, good Lord, this was hard today because this was some good companies. Everyone killed it. Great work, y'all. And we'll talk to you super soon. Bye, guys.
Talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.